Today on Good Morning Maine, Maine businesses gather for a special conference in Skowhegan where the housing crisis is a hot topic.
Plus, Herman High School creates a new system after parents complained about books with sexual content.
And the town of Harmony is honoring a local family that was touched by a horrible act of domestic violence. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us this morning. We'll have all the day's news coming up, but first to start with a look at the forecast, and it's much like we've seen the last several days here in Maine. It looks like more rain on the way today.
Right. Hopefully Sunday we'll have some sun.
Yeah.
Here's Devin Diggs with the forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Spalding's Bangor Radiator and Rust Check. Don't let rust get the best of your car. Protect it with Spalding's Bangor Radiator and Rust Check. Schedule your service now. All right, let's get things rolling after this morning. Still keeping an eye on the air quality across the Northeast. We're good in May. We have no smoke over us for the time being. We may have a little bit on the way soon, but nothing to the point that is seen further off for the south and west, where air quality alerts remain posted. And look at this right here. Not only are they dealing with very unhealthy air in some parts of the Northeast, but hazardous air as well, as you have this pink shade right here, and another shade of almost red right here in a few areas. So kind of a darker red, though, whereas the air is pretty much hazardous in these areas. So definitely some very rough conditions taking place in some parts of the Northeast with the smoke that continues to move through. But for us, though, again, we're looking pretty good. All the air quality sensors in the state are looking green for the time being. And we have the rain to thank for that. In the way this area low pressure is set up, it's kind of steering the smoke around us for the time being. But again, we're going to be watching for a few more showers that will be developing later today, though. But we've also been watching for a little bit of fog that's been with the system, too. For now, though, we just have the rain showers that do continue to fall, and the system is not moving all that much. So we're going to keep the rain going for a few more days. Again, a little bit of fog developing out there this morning near Bangor. Bar Harbor, maybe a little bit of rain or drizzle with that as well. And I'm not sure we'll see too much improvement with this, so even though we'll keep the rain going for most of the afternoon. So again, Futurecast for today, more showers on the way as the day progresses. So the forecast pretty self-explanatory. Your hourly forecast showing more rain on the way this afternoon. Temperatures in the 60s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
All right, thank you, Devin. Investigators say drag racing may have caused a crash that killed a teenager this week in southern Maine. It was just before 7 a.m. Wednesday when police say two cars were driving north on the Tenny Hill Road in Casco. One of them left the roadway and hit several trees. The Cumberland County Sheriff's Office says 19-year-old Dylan Critchin of Bridgeton died at the scene. The only other person in the car was a 20-year-old Casco man who is still in critical condition at Maine Medical Center. Investigators are now looking into whether or not the two cars were drag racing at the time. At this time, there's not certain about what caused that deadly crash.
An East Millinocket man is facing drug charges following a police raid. Police say they conducted a search warrant Monday at a home on Maple Street. They suspected drugs were being sold from the home. 40-year-old Daniel Deshane was arrested. He's now charged with unlawful possession of drugs, falsifying evidence, and possession of a firearm by a prohibited person. East Millinocket Police and Penobscot County Sheriff's deputy carried out the raid.
The Maine legislature has passed equal pay protections for those who face pay discrimination based on their race. It expands and strengthens existing protections for workers under the Maine Equal Pay Act. Sponsored by Speaker Rachel Talbot Ross, she says it prohibits unequal pay on the basis of race, just as the law has long prohibited unequal pay on the basis of sex. The measure was passed by overwhelming majorities in both the House and Senate. Under the enhanced law, workers who face pay discrimination because of their race can now seek fair pay in court.
The Senate has given unanimous approval to a bill that would directly support Maine's lobster fishing industry. LD 1552 would establish a lobster innovation fund to provide stipends to the holders of Class 1, 2, or 3 lobster fishing licenses to participate in the testing of new fishing technologies. The bill appropriates payments of $1 million each year for the next 2 fiscal years. In August of 2021, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration released federal regulations as part of a plan to protect right whales. Maine fishermen and state officials say there's a lack of evidence to link current lobster practices to right whale deaths. NOAA's proposed rules were still passed and were challenged in federal court. In December of 2022, Maine's congressional delegation and Governor Mills secured a 6-year moratorium in the implementation of those rules. LD 1552 faces further votes in the House and Senate.
Lawmakers held their first favorable vote on restoring the original Maine state flag this week. The Maine House of Representatives voted 64 to 61 to advance the latest bill to change the flag, introduced by Democratic Representative Sean Palhus of Bath. The vote, which took place after 90 minutes of debate, was largely partisan, with all Republicans and just 4 Democrats voting to retain the current state flag.
The Maine CDC reports there's been a rise in animals testing positive for rabies this year, and they're reminding people to take steps to prevent the spread. Since the start of this year, the Maine CDC has confirmed 30 cases of rabies in raccoons, skunks, bats, a fox, and 1 woodchuck. 12 of those cases were recorded in Cumberland County. Rabies activity was significantly lower in 2022, with a total of 35 cases reported the entire year. Infected animals may show a variety of symptoms or no symptoms at all. However, once symptoms develop, rabies is almost always fatal. The Maine CDC is warning people to be careful around wild animals and to take steps to protect yourself and your pets against rabies. They encourage everyone to keep your pet's rabies vaccination up to date, feed your pets indoors, keep garbage cans or other sources of food tightly secured. You should not feed, touch, or adopt wild animals as they could be carrying the disease. Be cautious of stray dogs and cats. If you spot one, you should contact your local animal control center. Do not move wildlife, as doing so can spread rabies into a new area. And finally, if you're bitten or scratched by an animal, wash your wounds thoroughly with soap and water for 10 to 15 minutes and contact your healthcare provider.
Herman High School students will soon need parental permission to access the school's library. Our David Ledford has more on that.
After months of back and forth between parents and Herman schools, school board officials have come up with a new plan for handling books containing sexual content. Herman High School principal Brian Walsh told the Herman School Board Monday that parents will be asked to choose between 3 levels of library access for their kids, starting this fall. Full access, no access, or restricted access to content containing mature or adult themes.
If you're trying to check a book out that is classified at a different level, a warning comes up on the screen.
The process will be similar to other forms parents regularly fill out to determine their child's level of internet access on school computers. As a default, all students will have no access to library materials until the form is returned.
I was pleasantly surprised when I heard Mr. Walsh present his idea. I think it's an amazing start. It's exactly what we've been asking for. And my thought was, it's unfortunate it took this long, but I commend him and his leadership of hearing us because we really felt unheard by our school committee.
Some members of the town say the change is a step in the right direction.
We have spent months talking to the school committee, a group of us, and trying to get them to put some sort of sexual content standards in as age appropriate. Parents are the best to decide what is appropriate for their children when it comes to what materials to read.
When a proposed book rating system at the school was discussed back in January, which would rate books based on their sexual content, high schoolers spoke out against the idea of taking the decision away from the students.
To me, it feels like parents in this community are sort of sought to attack children in school.
Assaults on literature and on knowledge is absolutely deplorable. I don't see any real issue with these books because, fun fact, sex happens.
Principal Walsh told the board he hopes the change will promote communication.
We're hopeful that this will cause parents and kids to have good conversations.
In Herman, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
All right, the time now is 8:09. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, many people in the Harmony area have come up, just people in the Harmony area have come up with a special way to remember a woman and her 2 children who were murdered in a shocking case of domestic violence. We'll show you how.
But first, another check of that weather forecast. More rain today. The highs will be near 61 degrees. We can expect showers overnight and some areas of dense fog. The lows will drop down to the upper 40s. Tomorrow, more scattered showers on the way with a high near 63.
The McDonald's breakfast bagel sandwich. A fluffy egg, 2 slices of cheese, plus your choice of a steak patty, bacon, or sausage, all in a toasted bagel. Enjoy yours today.
Max True Value Hardware in Unity is the best year-round option for all of your home improvement projects. Prepare your garden with compost and decorate your yard with flowers and mulch. We load material by the yard and also have a large variety of bag goods to choose from. Rakes, shovels, wheelbarrows, and garden carts. We have all the necessary yard tools to help you get the job done. Now is also a great time to paint your home and stain the deck or patio. We can help you complete the project with Easy Care Paint and Woodsman Stain. Max True Value Hardware. We take pride in serving our community. Let us know how we can help you today.
Fear, pain, and anxiety are all feelings associated with dental treatments, but it doesn't have to be that way. Dental lasers offer a way to remove tooth decay without using the dental drill. In fact, we do most dental fillings here at Twin City Dental without numbing, so no needle. And for treatments like root canals or having many teeth extracted, we also provide IV sedation. So call Twin City Dental for your next dentist appointment.
Ah, the McDonald's breakfast bagel sandwich. A fluffy egg, 2 slices of cheese, plus your choice of a steak patty, bacon, or sausage, all in a toasted bagel. Enjoy yours today.
Pull up a seat, because the real deal is back with a new season of the USFL. Reborn from the OGs. The hits, the picks, the dimes, drive so long you have to stop for gas. This isn't some Hollywood knockoff. This is Drydens USDA prime time football. Just ask these guys.
You better recognize the real.
Except no substitutes.
People across the state were outraged in 2011 when a man shot his estranged wife and 2 children to death in Dexter. Amy Lake was a local school teacher who was trying to escape from a troubled relationship. The town of Harmony and local organizations have since come together to remember them in a special way. Our Matthew Duronsik has the story.
Vance Ginn has been on a mission to rebuild a memorial dedicated to Amy, Cody, and Monica Lake after weather and time deteriorated it. Fundraising $15,000 from surrounding Masonic lodges over the past year, the memorial now has a new wall and stone steps.
It makes me very proud to be a Mason.
Along with the renovations came something new. 3 granite benches recognizing the 3 family members killed. Amy Lake's father, Ralph Bagley, was visibly moved when he saw the benches for the first time.
I just don't have really words to say that the appreciation that we have for this.
While Ginn calls this a Masonic project, he says it's the public that really stepped up to make this happen.
The only way that we could do it is because we had the great donation by York Landscaping, and there was also a young lady that was a very good friend of Amy. She donated a $4,000 check.
Ginn also lost his daughter to domestic violence. He says rebuilding this memorial is extra special.
To some of us, this has more meaning than what it appears to most people. It means a great deal to me. It means more than what it might mean to other people.
Final touches are expected to be complete before the rededication ceremony next Tuesday, June 13th. A free meal is also planned from 12 to 2. Bagley has a simple message.
I just want to thank everybody. I can't be more appreciative, my wife and I can't, of what they have done here.
In Harmony, Matthew Duronsik, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Now moving on now. Hollywood Casino in Bangor will be hosting a job fair today, offering full-time and part-time positions. The job fair is open to anyone looking for a little extra money for the summer or for someone who wants to pursue a new career path. There are openings in food and beverage, security, along with a variety of hospitality positions with a seasonally adjusted wage of $1.50 extra per hour during the summer months. The casino is also offering enrollment into their next dealer school.
Dealers are averaging about $30 an hour in tips. The dealer school is about 2 weeks before you audition out for a position, and then an additional 2 weeks while you are onboarding and preparing for new hire orientation. So within 4 weeks, you could be starting a job making somewhere around $40 an hour.
The job fair will provide an informal introduction to potential candidates, where they will be given behind-the-scenes access to talk with employees firsthand about their potential jobs and what they will entail.
We do what's called a real job preview. We take them to the area that they'd be working, and so they can actually see what it is that they'd be doing, what the uniform looks like, and we talk to them about all of those specifics.
Is interested, a table will be set up in the casino's hotel lobby today. The job fair takes place from 3 to 6 p.m.
A Bangor business has announced it's closing. G-Force Entertainment announced yesterday it will be closing for good after this weekend. The owner said in a Facebook post there were struggles that set the business back and it couldn't recover in time to save the club. In February, Bangor officials discovered the business didn't have a special amusement license after police were called following a shooting outside the business. It had to reduce hours and events until it received the proper permits to offer live music and dancing. But the owner says the struggle has been too much and they want to spend more time with family. G-Force plans to keep the arcade going while they dismantle the business following this weekend. Kind of a bummer. I know that some entertainment and artists had still been lined up to play past the closing date.
Hopefully they can find other gigs.
Right, I hope so.
The time now is 8:16. Coming up after the break, the wildfires in eastern Canada blocked out the sun yesterday in a few northeast states.
We'll have the visuals of this and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
I've been in a few accidents and had surgery on my right foot first and contracted a blood disorder. I had quite a few seizures after that and then had a massive stroke. That was a really rough time in my life. Donna has helped me through so much. She knew exactly what I was going through, and she made sure that I had nurses in my home. She helps me with all of my medications. She coordinates all my rides to any facility I need to go to. She talks to my doctors personally. Thanks to Donna, I'm sitting in my own home and I'm getting the care I need and I'm getting all the therapy I need. It's made my life tremendously easier.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you, Donna?
I am okay. How's your morning been? You're not overdoing, are you?
No, I'm not overdoing it.
Okay, remember you are in recovery. You come first.
She gives me hope. She gives me faith. She puts a smile on my face every time I talk to her. I call her my second sister, and I've never even met her. Hello.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Oh, my goodness.
Well, it is good to meet you.
I have to thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything that you've done for me.
That's what I'm here for. I love being able to make your life easier when I can and get you the care you need.
And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'll never forget you.
Never forget you either, buddy.
If I didn't have Donna in my life, I don't think that I'd be sitting where I'm sitting right now.
The annual Build Maine Conference kicked off their two-day event in downtown Skowhegan yesterday as Maine businesses rally to combat housing and environmental issues. Our Grace Blanchard has the story.
The Build Maine Conference welcomed organizations and businesses from across the state back to Skowhegan on Wednesday. This two-day event features a series of workshops and lectures in an effort to build a better future and combat the housing crisis. The event is held in partnership with Grow Smart Maine, an organization that works to revitalize historic neighborhoods and communities. CEO Nancy Smith says this event aims to empower people to take action.
Whether it's developing a business in the downtown, like here in Skowhegan, or housing, there's great ways to do a lot of good work.
Smith says Grow Smart Maine approaches the housing issue in a way that respects the climate crisis as well. Many organizations at the event have a similar mission. An architect with Knickerbocker Group, a custom home design business, says tiny homes may be the future to tackling both environmental and housing issues in Maine.
And that there's 20,000 housing units that we're short in Maine that we need to supply. Our goal here, especially with our modular manufacturing facility, is to produce homes not only rapidly in comparison to conventional ways of building, but also to do so with a higher quality product.
The group showcased a model of one of their latest eco-friendly tiny homes at the event, which utilizes local and renewable resources.
This will definitely help address the housing crisis, but also really bolster the housing stock in Maine and provide a much better product for Maine and its residents. So.
Attendees like Gray Town Manager Nate Rudy say state lawmakers need to be doing more to help fight this crisis.
The state government needs to understand that housing is linked to jobs, which is linked to transportation, which is linked to just general economic health and prosperity in this whole state. And in order for us to make housing happen at the local level, we need support, and we need our legislators and policymakers to understand how all of those different elements are linked together.
Rudy says he hopes to see more policymakers attending Build Maine at next year's conference. In Skowhegan, Grace Blanchard, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
That conference will continue today.
I love the art surrounding it, too. Those posters and pins and stickers, very cool.
Yeah, look great.
Yeah. The time now is 8:20.
Let's get a full look at that weather forecast.
Artie, Craig, and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Spalding's Bangor Radiator and Rust Check. Don't let rust get the best of your car. Protect it with Spalding's Bangor Radiator and Rust Check. Schedule your service now. Alrighty, air quality. That's the big issue in some parts of the Northeast right now. Here in Maine, we're looking pretty good for the time being, though. Looking good with the air quality with all the sensors. But further down to the south and west, you have areas that are reporting unhealthy air code, red air quality. You also have some areas that are very unhealthy. That's kind of this pinkish right here. And the darker shade of red right about in here by Philadelphia. That's hazardous air being reported this morning. So not a good situation in some parts of the Northeast as wildfire smoke from Canada continues to move in. But for us, we're looking pretty good in the air quality department. Now, we're going to be watching for a little bit of smoke that may try to get in here. We may just start to notice it a little bit on Friday. It won't be too bad, though. We might notice it just a bit, but nothing to the point that they've been dealing with it over in New York. We may have to watch for more smoke moving in from the north on Sunday as the pattern starts to shift a bit. So I'll have to keep an eye on this so as we do get closer in time. Let's talk about wave heights here. We're not too bad for the time being. 2-foot wave heights being reported. We're really calm along the coast. No advisories in effect at all across the entire state. So we're looking pretty good proceeding forward. Let's talk about that fog again, though. So again, some areas of fog, maybe some drizzle and rain developing this morning, helping to reduce visibility. So keep that in mind this morning as you do make that commute or any other activity that you're doing outside this morning. We do have rain showers that are developing after this morning. It's kind of a dreary start again. We've been in this repetitive pattern over the past several days, and we're going to keep this going for a few more days until later this weekend before it starts to get out of here. This area low pressure that just continues to sit and spin a very slow and still pattern right now. But again, a change is on the way. We just have to wait until the weekend for that change to get here. So Futurecast moving forward, a few more showers on the way during the afternoon period. So here we go again with more rain on the way for a few areas. It may back off just a little bit later on tonight, but again, more showers continuing through Friday morning. Maybe a little bit of a break until the afternoon before more showers develop. So again, we're just holding on to the chances of rain through at least Friday and possibly continuing into Saturday before we start to catch a little bit of a break as we head towards your Sunday. Let's talk about rain totals right now. So additional accumulations between now and Sunday, possibly another inch or so of rain in some spots before we're all finished up. Kind of a sharp divide in a few spots. So again, some decent rainfall still on the way for a few areas. So the forecast for today, lower 60s, rain likely with a east wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. Moving ahead towards tonight, some showers on the way, areas of dense fog as well. Lows in the upper 40s and the wind overall looking nice and calm. For tomorrow, lower 60s, scattered showers again, and the east wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. All right, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Spalding's Bangor Radiator and Rust Check. Scattered showers and thunderstorms possible on Saturday with highs in the mid-60s, mid-70s on Sunday with a partly cloudy sky, and mostly cloudy on Monday with highs in the upper 70s.
Sure, the driveway looks good now with the snow on it, but you know what will still be under there in the spring? The same cracks, crumbles, and potholes that were there before winter. Call Eaton Paving today. Let's make an appointment to fix those problems when the weather is ready. Eaton Paving and Excavation.
No matter what type of dog you have, or cat you have, Frontline Plus lets you take them everywhere, no matter how you define it. Frontline, the #1 name in flea and tick protection.
An Odyssey is a long journey full of adventures. And at Odyssey Auto Spa, we understand every vehicle's journey is different.
Hi, I'm Jacob Gage, and as the owner of Odyssey, I take pride in offering a full range of detailing services to keep your ride looking its best. From basic detailing to ceramic coatings, window tint to wraps, we've got you covered. Come see us at our Ellsworth location and let us help you keep your ride looking its best.
If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, contact the law offices of Joe Bornstein to learn about your legal rights. Maine has the highest rate of mesothelioma fatalities in the U.S. You may be eligible to receive compensation if you were exposed to asbestos products while working in a shipyard, mill, factory, or construction site. For a free case evaluation, dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
This is our latest hearing aid, packed with 20th century technology. Why beige? To blend in. You know, so it's almost invisible.
You mean like this?
How did you do that?
This Father's Day, save $360 on Eargo 7.
Sure, the driveway looks good now with the snow on it, but you know what will still be under there in the spring? The same cracks, crumbles, and potholes that were there before winter. Call Eaton Paving today. Let's make an appointment to fix those problems when the weather is ready. Eaton Paving and Excavation.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. The smoke from the Canadian wildfires continues to cause problems here in the U.S. Millions of Americans are now under air quality alerts as firefighters work to bring those fires under control. Lindsay Watts has the latest.
Right now, hundreds of forest fires are blazing across Canada, threatening buildings, forcing evacuations, and across the border, blanketing U.S. cities in a thick and dangerous haze.
The levels of health concern that is clearly alarming for all New Yorkers. This is the highest level index of our knowledge since the 60s.
New York City is now registering the worst air quality of any major city in the world.
We are making available 1 million N95 masks that we made available at state facilities.
The orange skyline looking more like Mars.
Very, very scary, just walking down the street and feeling like I'm going to have an asthma attack.
From the Big Apple to Philadelphia to D.C. and as far south as North Carolina and Georgia, officials are warning families to stay indoors even if they're healthy. One expert says being exposed to the current air quality in New York for 24 hours is equivalent to smoking 6 cigarettes. Emergency rooms are preparing for possible patients.
The more exposure folks have, the more likely it is that they'll be sick.
D.C. could see some of the worst conditions today, while cities including Pittsburgh and Dayton, Ohio are bracing for worsening conditions tomorrow. Hazy skies expected to last until the weekend. More than 6 million acres have already burned in Canada in what's shaping up to be the country's worst fire season on record. Experts say persistent heat in recent weeks fueled those flames.
It is yet another alarming example of the ways in which the climate crisis is disturbing our lives and our communities.
Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says hundreds of American firefighters have recently arrived in Canada, and he's thanking the U.S. for that critical support.
Another day, another push to regulate artificial intelligence. It's a rare topic that brings both sides together in support of efforts to rein in the technology. But there isn't always a clear consensus on how to get there. Fox's Madeline Rivera reports from Washington.
As you can tell from the attendance, this is a topic of wide interest.
Talk of artificial intelligence is once again dominating Congress.
Make no mistake, AI presents novel questions across a wide range of areas of IP policy.
But Republicans and Democrats don't all agree on how to tackle it. On Wednesday, Senator Josh Hawley proposed a plan to regulate AI. Some of the measures include enforcing age limits on use and protecting personal data.
We're hearing all kinds of reports about kids, on the ChatGPT app, for example. We need to protect kids. That should be easy, low-hanging fruit.
In a public announcement this week, the FBI warned that artificial intelligence is being used to harass victims or force extortion. The agency says reports continue to come in from victims who say their photos and videos were technologically altered into explicit content.
AI is no longer the province of computer scientists. Anybody can use it, and there are going to be both good and bad uses that come out of it.
As its prevalence expands, more industry experts are calling for regulation.
AI is already here. It's in wide use across industries and society, and it is fast shaping our future. The time is right to ensure that the right laws and policies are in place to enable that future.
The Senate is expected to host 3 bipartisan briefings on artificial intelligence in the coming weeks as it tries to address the technology's influence.
Still to come here on the second half of our show. Are you or an organization you work with looking for a dog that can provide emotional support? Well, you may be in luck. A group of dog trainers in Quebec is giving away a puppy just to fill that need.
We'll have the details on that and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Are you considering buying a new home? A home inspection is a major step in the home buying process. Knowing the current condition of your future home is very important. From simple DIY repairs to major issues that could cost thousands down the road. Not only can TJ inspect your property, but he is also a licensed contractor. Give him a call today at 210-5000 for a free inspection quote.
Let's face it, getting training and experience is hard, but at Loring Job Corps, we can help. From certifications in automotive technology, obtaining your CDL, or learning building trades, we have you covered. Maybe you prefer joining the high-tech world of computer networking or cybersecurity. We have that as well. Don't delay, get in the driver's seat to your future today. And the best part, Loring Job Corps is free. Receive free training, free meals, and even free housing. Call or go to jobcorps.gov/Loring. Job Corps careers begin here.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Thursday, June 8th, 2023. It's also National Best Friends Day.
Any day is a good day to call, text, or even drop by your friends, but today especially is a great day to let them know just how much you appreciate their friendship. Having a good friend is known to increase your sense of belonging and purpose, and also improves your self-confidence and self-worth. Being a good friend entails helping people cope with difficult and traumatic parts of life, and helping people celebrate when things are good. Really just, they add immeasurable value to our lives.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it takes a good friend to be a good friend, too.
Great point.
You have to participate in that, too.
Right.
Don't only call them when times are bad, when you need something. Call them times are good so you can celebrate, too.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know what I'd do without my friends.
Right. Random gifts, too. Some people, that's their form of love. It's like you just show up with a gift. Maybe you're not as good at being the person who you can talk to about something, but you can show your support. And, hey, I noticed your tires were a little flat. I filled them filled them up on my way in. Yeah.
Give them big, uncomfortable hugs, too.
Right, right, if they like that.
It's all part of it.
Yes.
Oh, I give it to them if they don't like it. So. On this day in history, in 1949, British author George Orwell published his dystopian classic, 1984, a warning against totalitarianism that introduced such concepts as Big Brother and the Thought Police. We had to read that one in high school.
Yeah, I read Animal Farm.
Yeah. Also in 1966, the National Football League and the American Football League announced a merger, which became effective in 1970. In 2009, the United Nations hosted its first World Oceans Day, which sought to celebrate oceans while also raising awareness about the threats that the oceans and marine ecosystems face. And finally, on a sadder note, on this day, just a few years ago, 2018, American chef and TV personality Anthony Bourdain, who helped popularize foodie culture in the 21st century through his books and TV programs, well, he died from suicide at the age of 61.
And if you or someone you know are struggling with thoughts of suicide, you can dial 988. That's the crisis lifeline here in Maine. And it just really goes to show, I think, some of the happiest seeming, most full of life people can be struggling things that we don't even consider.
Yeah, it affects an awful lot of people out
right,
there.
Absolutely. And I just wanted to point that out because I love Anthony Bourdain, and I think he was such a genuine, kind, funny, real TV personality. Yeah. Really special. Yep. Okay, moving on now. Let's check out birthdays. Comedian Jerry Stiller, known for a variety of roles, especially as Frank Costanza in Seinfeld. I love that role. He would have been 96 today. He passed away just a couple years ago in 2020. And another posthumous birthday now, comedian Joan Rivers, known for her stand-up and TV show, would have been 90 years old today. She passed away in 2014. She was really a trailblazer for women in the stand-up comedy sector.
Time, yeah.
Really cool. And it's also the birthday of American rapper, songwriter, and record producer Kanye West. He's 46 today, always making the headlines for the good or the bad. Always something there with him. Okay.
Usually the bad.
These days, I know, he's not really, his behavior has been poor. Yeah. Okay, moving on. I mean, there's sun in the schedule later on in the week, but we're going to have to wait.
Yeah, a few more days, folks. Hang in there, and then we will get back out there to, hopefully it will turn right around, then we'll be complaining about all the sunshine.
I hope so. It doesn't feel like June.
Need a nice balance, actually.
Right. Here's Devin Biggs with the forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Spalding's Bangor Radiator and Rust Check. Don't let rust get the best of your car. Protect it with Spalding's Bangor Radiator and Rust Check. Schedule your service now. All right, let's get things rolling after this morning. Still keeping an eye on the air quality across the Northeast. We're good in May. We have no smoke over us for the time being. We may have a little bit on the way soon, but nothing to the point that is seen further off for the south and west, where air quality alerts remain posted. And look at this right here. Not only are they dealing with very unhealthy air in some parts of the Northeast, but hazardous air as well, as you have this pink shade right here, and another shade of almost red right here in a few areas. So kind of a darker red, though, where the air is pretty much hazardous in these areas. So definitely some very rough conditions taking place in some parts of the Northeast with the smoke that continues to move through. But for us, though, again, we're looking pretty good. All the air quality sensors in the state are looking green for the time being. And we have the rain and thanks for that. In the way this area low pressure is set up, it's kind of steering the smoke around us for the time being. But again, we're going to be watching for a few more showers that will be developing later today, though. But we've also been watching for a little bit of fog that's been with the system, too. For now, though, we just have the rain showers that do continue to fall, and the system is not moving all that much, so we're going to keep the rain going for a few more days. Again, a little bit of fog developing out there this morning near Bangor. Bar Harbor, maybe a little bit of rain or drizzle with that as well. And I'm not sure we'll see too much improvement with this, so even though we'll keep the rain going for most of the afternoon. So again, Futurecast for today, more showers on the way as the day progresses. So the forecast pretty self-explanatory. Your hourly forecast showing more rain on the way this afternoon. Temperatures in the 60s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
All right, thank you, Devin.
If you live in Piscataquis County or have strong ties to the area and are in need of a facility dog, 3 local women may have the perfect opportunity for you. Facility dogs are trained to work in settings like a nursing home, school, or hospice community to provide comfort to others. Joy Stevens, owner of the ethical Golden Doodle breeding program, Rockwall Doodles in Quebec, has collaborated with dog trainer Missy Pitcher of Evolution Canine and Kristen Cooney of M&S Doodle Grooming to offer a puppy giveaway.
So what we're doing is we are all kind of donating our time and resources. So Joy is donating a puppy. I'm donating my training. And Kristen is donating her grooming.
The heart-healing, life-changing dog giveaway features a puppy that will be responsibly bred and raised by Stevens to be given away as a facility dog. The puppy will be socialized to the environment he or she will work in and be groomed and handled by Cooney when the dog is as young as 3 days old. Pitcher will train the future facility dog to ensure their success, making sure the puppy is socialized and even-tempered. You can enter the giveaway on rockwalldoodles.com. Applications close August 1st. The puppy will begin its work in a facility in 2024.
They're awful good dogs, too.
Yeah.
Kind of a mix between a golden retriever and a poodle.
Right. Yeah, I think they're hypoallergenic, too. Very cool.
Yeah, really great temperaments.
Yeah. All right, still to come here this morning, Ryan Sudol will have the latest with sports.
And speaking of dogs, we'll meet a really cute dog in our Pet of the Week segment. Don't go away.
Join Maine's credit unions and donate to the Campaign for Ending Hunger $100,000 challenge. Now through June 30th, every dollar raised will help ensure Mainers have access to nutritious meals. Donate today at campaignforendinghunger.org.
Jerry's Used Cars has been a family-owned business for more than 30 years, currently in Corinna and Vesey. However, we have changed a little as we are no longer just a buy here, pay here dealership. We now have access to outside financing and also carry utility trailers. We would be happy to assist you with your next vehicle purchase. And don't forget, here at Jerry's Used Cars, we offer an extended warranty. So give us a call at either our Corinna or VZ location.
On the next Last Man Standing,
I love pinball.
Ed gets a new toy.
Try it, it's fun.
So much fun. I only want to be paid in quarters from now on.
Move aside. I'm just going to show you this one time.
And reawakens the wizard.
Every time I turn that, some twitchy-fingered kid just looking to find me and go, hey, I hear you're the one to beat.
I hear you're the guy to beat. Last Man Standing.
This afternoon, starting at 4 on Fox 22.
Join Maine's credit unions and donate to the Campaign for Ending Hunger $100,000 challenge. Now through June 30th, every dollar raised will help ensure Mainers have access to nutritious meals. Donate today at campaignforendinghunger.org.
They're relentless! It's starting to feel extremely targeted!
That one really likes you!
Animal Control, tonight on Fox.
Hey everybody, Ryan Soudal here. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's start with tennis. In Portland Wednesday, the state tennis team championships were held. All three classes named boys and girls champs. Let's check out some highlights from Class B. Boys Class B, Yarmouth facing Foxcroft Academy. Top singles match featuring Quinn Federley of Yarmouth and Jerry Wynn of Foxcroft Academy. Let's start with the first set. Federley down 5-2. What a rocket of an ace there for the point. But Wynn bounces right back after a long volley. He'll deliver a crushing backhander to win the first set 6-2. He would win the second, however. The Clippers would sail away with a 4-1 win to capture Class B. Girls Class B, we had Greeley facing Foxcroft Academy. Rangers Isabel Wright facing Annie Raines. Wright taking the first set 6-1. Up big here in the second, and after a long volley, the unforced error by Raines, Wright goes on to win in straight sets as Greeley takes home the girls' state title 5-0 over Foxcroft. Boys Class A, we had Falmouth taking on Skowhegan. The boys' third singles match had Falmouth's Charlie Wolak facing Dom Clifford of Skowhegan. First set, Wolak serving in the far court with a nice forehand winner, but back comes Clifford. He'll hit a nice backhander for the point here. Falmouth, though, would go on to sweep Skowhegan as they win the Class A state title. And now to the results from Class C. South sweeps Class C. Wayne Fleet defeats Orono boys 5-0 for their 15th straight state crown. Maranacook girls defeat Washington Academy 4-1. Moving on to some baseball now, the University of Maine recently returning from their first NCAA tournament experience since 2011. The Black Bears set out at the season to win 30 games, win the America East, go to a regional, and win a game down there. And this season they accomplished 3 of those 4. Maine landed in Coral Gables, Florida for the regional, dropping their first 2 games of the double elimination tournament. And while the team is certainly happy with how the season turned out, they're not too thrilled with how it ended.
I think that the guys in general are probably really satisfied with the fact they got there. But I don't know if we have a lot of guys that are sitting here saying they're really satisfied with how it left. And that's really important.
Black Bears, they return the entirety of their pitching staff that led the conference in ERA. They bring back the conference's player of the year in Jeremiah Jenkins and have a boatload of young talent ready to step up. So they're confident they'll be able to take another crack at a regional in no time.
I'm excited for next year because of who we're bringing back as a collective group as well. We're bringing back an entire pitching staff that led the America East in ERA. We're bringing back a lot of our lineup. We're going to be able to reload with some really key incoming guys. And I think we're poised to go rattle off a third consecutive regular season championship and hopefully another conference championship.
Okay, let's go to some playoff baseball now. Class B quarterfinals Wednesday afternoon up in Orono. 8-seed MDI coming to Mahaney Diamond to play the top-seeded Old Town Coyotes. Coyotes with the bases loaded, up big in the 5th, but MDI's Colin Sullivan gets out of the jam, sits Aiden Gom down on strikes. Top of the 6th, Gabe Gifford for Old Town was the story of the day. He gets Logan Blanchette chasing here. He only allowed 1 hit on the day. At the plate now, grounds a single through the right side. His 3rd hit of the day. Gets a good jump in the next at-bat. And he is going to go into second easily with a stolen base. And then he'll come around to score on an RBI grounder from Jackson Lazat. Back on the mound for the 7th. And Gifford would sit them down in order. He gets Brendan Graves down on strikes here, and ends the game by painting the corner on Isaac McDonald, his 18th K of the outing, including his 300th career K. Old Town wins 8-0.
Yeah, the bullpen was really good leading up to the game, and all I had to do was lock in, keep my fastballs in the zone, and that's what I did. Feels great, having a team like this. We're so locked in. We got good chemistry and stuff like that, so I think we can go a long way.
To some more high school baseball. Number 8, Edward Little visiting number 1 Brewer in the A North quarterfinals. Bottom 1, Brewers Evan Neto, a slapper down the line. Brady Vincent corrals it, has to sproul out for the out and gets it done. Nice. Top 6, Brewer up 3-2. Witch's defense helped a lot in this one. Jed Gilpatrick to Anderson Clifford at first for the out. And then Neto off the off-balance toss to Gilpatrick to escape the inning. Top 7 we go. Eddie's Eli St. Laurent. Going to lay down the bunt. Caleb Albert slides in to tie it up at 3. And then Vincent up. He swings and misses. They try to cut off Campbell Cassidy at third, but the throw goes awry. He comes in to score what would be the game-winning run. Edward Little upsets top seed Brewer 4-3. And just across the way at Keswick Field, 4-seed Brewer softball against 5-seed Brunswick in their quarterfinal. Bottom 3, Dragons up 1-0. What an outing for Caitlin Seitz, striking out 2 of the Witches in this half inning. Top 4, Brunswick's Gabby Swain up to bat. Skies 1 into foul territory. On comes Jordan Williams with the speed to make the grab for the out. But same inning, Skylar Augustine, a ripper that goes all the way to the wall. Ellie Sullivan comes in to score. It's 2-0 Brunswick. Bottom 5 now, Williams is going to put this one in the air. It'll land in the infield, but Hannah Reed trying to steal third. Sights to Jordan Cummings. She is out to end the inning. This one would go to extras, but Brunswick is moving on. They win 4-3 in 8. To some lacrosse now. Bangor hosting Scarborough in the Class A prelims. Rams with it here. Hunter Arno charging down, rips a shot towards the net, but nice save there. On the other end, Olin Peterson for Scarborough. Comes around the net, jumps and fires to get it to go. Red Storm up 1-0. Up 2 now. Bangor had the answer. Cole Mazzy finds Miles Randall, who fires the bounce shot. That finds the net. It's a 2-1 game. But Scarborough was all over the place on Wednesday. Here's Peterson again, this time with the left hand, gets it to go top shelf. And then check out this move. Nice pass here from Drew Whitus. And Peterson from behind his head scores. Red Storm go on to win this one 12-4. Okay, that's all the time we have for sports. I'm Ryan Sudol. We'll be back right after the break.
Protect your dog from fleas and ticks with NexGard Chews, the protection that's #1 with dogs. Use with caution in dogs with a history of seizures or neurologic disorders. For a limited time, get up to a 2-month rebate when you buy 12 doses of both NexGard Chews and HeartGuard Plus Chews from your vet. Terms apply. Hood is the cottage cheese lovers love. Start with our award-winning country style. It's delicious on its own, or like this. That. Even, sure. Plus, it's got more protein than hummus and less sugar than yogurt. Then there's Hood's flavors. We expertly blend in real fruit or savory herbs for an unbeatable taste combination you can't recreate at home. Now that's cottage cheese. Hood cottage cheese. Always good, always Hood.
Summer can't come soon enough. And by the time it gets here, it flies by too fast. Here's an idea. Let's start summer sooner. Let's fly someplace warm. Let's fly someplace sunny. Let's start at Bangor International Airport, making tomorrow's memories today. The official airport of summer sooner. The official airport of you. FlyBangor.com.
It's summer and the savings are heating up at the Furniture Gallery. Sofas starting at $3.99. Recliners starting at $2.99. Queen mattresses also starting at $2.99. Ashley, Flexsteel, Nectar, Restonic, and Serta. If it's in stock, it's yours to take home today. So what are you waiting for? The Furniture Gallery Summer Savings Sale is huge. Special financing is available. Support our main family-owned business and save money. Your best value is always at the Furniture Gallery in Augusta, Bangor, Newport, and North Windham.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home, chances are you have a lot of questions. Norm Prouty has answers. Learn some tips and tricks and explore some beautiful new homes on the market. The Norm Prouty and Donnell Baker Real Estate Show, Sunday mornings at 8:30 on Fox 22. The Pet of the Week is brought to you by Riptide Smoke Shop in Belfast.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. We're here with Catherine Ravenscraft and our Pet of the Week from Bangor Humane Society. Catherine, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Good morning.
Who's this good girl?
Oh my gosh. With all this rain, we just needed some puppy sunshine in our lives. I was like, please tell me we have a dog who's a good match for TV.
Yeah.
So this is Katie. Katie is, we are guessing, around 11 months old.
Yep.
She came in as a stray, so we really don't
very
know a
good.
whole lot about her.
Yep.
She is marked as good with other dogs, and in fact, as we were leaving the kennel, she was doing this play bow that you see right here at many of the other dogs. So she definitely wants to
get your
play.
snout.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah. Right.
And she's just got tons of energy. She's a goose. Oh, look at her.
Tons of energy is really just all you can say.
So pretty.
Evan's turn.
She plays kind of rough. That's the only thing.
She does. She's got that puppy still in her, and will for a little while.
Right.
But yeah, it's hard to believe that no one has come looking for her because she's polite.
Yeah.
She jumped right into the car with absolutely no hesitation.
Oh.
Once she got comfortable in the car, she just sat. She was an awesome co-pilot all the way over here. She just sat in the passenger seat and looked
really
out the
good.
window.
She's got a little training too. I noticed before we went on, when I told her to sit, she sat and looked at me, and so somebody's worked with her a little bit.
I would think so. Yeah.
I think she's just excited today because she is a puppy and she wants to smell everything.
Right when she comes in the news
Exactly.
station,
Have your
she's met
picture
with
taken?
so many people who just want to say hi.
Yeah.
There you
so
go. Who's
she's
that
been
pretty
friendly.
girl?
She does have a little bit of hesitation, just a couple of seconds of hesitation when she meets new people.
Yeah.
But it's nothing that anyone would need to worry about, and she warms up very quickly, as you can see.
Right.
So yeah, she's as our care tech Olivia put it when I took her. Have fun with her. She's a gem.
Yeah.
So
She's a sweetheart.
yeah, yeah.
You're a good
She
girl.
really is.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah,
young
good
too,
girl.
so if somebody wants a young dog.
Yep, and she's spayed. She's up to date
Nice.
on her shots, so she is what we would consider a take me home today. We do ask that prospective adopters fill out that application, come in and meet with her,
Yeah.
bring everyone in the family to meet with her, and if you have a dog or dogs, the dogs have to meet with her as well. We do like to do a dog's day out. She's a lap dog.
She's a lap dog.
dog. So we do like to send our dogs home or out on an adventure with a prospective adopter for a few hours just to make sure it's a good fit.
Yep.
And then, yeah, she's ready to go.
You're so ready.
She's ready to be snuggling in somebody's lap.
Your turn.
On somebody's couch. I don't mind at all.
Oh.
I don't mind
So
at all.
if you've got a family that wants a little bit of attention fairly, she seems like a great fit for that.
Oh my goodness, she's going to be, yeah. We just say use caution with introductions with young children just because she is a little bit on the bigger side at this point, nearly, she's pretty much fully grown.
She
She'll
can wipe
beef
them
up
right
a
out
little,
real
but
quick.
exactly, she just
Yeah.
doesn't know her own size. That's it, yeah.
That's okay. You just want to have fun.
She does, and she wants to snuggle, and she's so curious. I was putting on lip gloss in the car, and she was like, "I need to sniff that.
Yeah, what's that?
I gotta check that out. What are you doing? What are you doing?" Yeah.
Oh, what a smart girl.
Aw, and now she just look at her.
Yeah.
She's calming down, and
I guess
I don't know if TV does it justice, but she's just a beautiful dog
Yeah.
too. The
She's
colors
a
and
good
everything.
girl.
And
Yep,
know.
that's all you
very
can say.
happy little doggy.
Snoop, she is.
Good
yeah.
girl. Oh, she sees herself, or she sees our PA Caleb over there.
And these ears will fully go up when she gets really curious about things. Look at her. She's like, let go of me. Yeah.
Well, if you're interested in Katie or any of the other animals, you can visit Bangor Humane Society. You can check out their Facebook page. Their
BangorHumane.org.
There
yes,
you go.
yes, exactly.
She's ready to go.
Yep.
Yeah, we've got a lot of dogs right now that we can't bring on the show. They're maybe people
Where you
selective or dog
Yep.
selective.
Where you going?
But they're good dogs looking for homes. We've had them for a little while.
Yeah.
So please come in, especially if you don't have any other animals.
Yeah.
You're the unicorn we're looking for. Come
Yeah.
in and meet with a dog.
Sounds
Yeah.
good. Fill out an application even if you don't want to get one today.
Exactly.
Thank you. Very nice to meet you.
Oh, kisses.
Thanks for coming in, Catherine.
Thank you.
We'll send over to Devin for your weather forecast.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Spalding's Bangor Radiator and Rust Check. Don't let rust get the best of your car. Protect it with Spalding's Bangor Radiator and Rust Check. Schedule your service now. Alrighty, air quality. That's the big issue in some parts of the Northeast right now. Here in Maine, we're looking pretty good for the time being, though. Looking good with the air quality with all the sensors. But further down to the south and west, you have areas that are reporting unhealthy air code, red air quality. You also have some areas that are very unhealthy. That's kind of this pinkish right here. And the darker shade of red right about in here by Philadelphia. That's hazardous air being reported this morning. So not a good situation in some parts of the Northeast as wildfire smoke from Canada continues to move in. But for us, we're looking pretty good in the air quality department. Now, we're going to be watching for a little bit of smoke that may try to get in here. We may start to notice it a little bit on Friday. It won't be too bad, though. We might notice it just a bit, but nothing to the point that they've been dealing with it over in New York. We may have to watch for more smoke moving in from the north on Sunday as the pattern starts to shift a bit. So I'll have to keep an eye on this so as we do get closer in time. Let's talk about wave heights here. We're not too bad for the time being. 2-foot wave heights being reported. We're really calm along the coast. No advisories in effect at all across the entire state. So we're looking pretty good proceeding forward. Let's talk about that fog again, though. So again, some areas of fog, maybe some drizzle and rain developing this morning, helping to reduce visibility. So keep that in mind this morning as you do make that commute or any other activity that you're doing outside this morning. We do have rain showers that are developing after this morning. It's kind of a dreary start again. We've been in this repetitive pattern over the past several days, and we're going to keep this going for a few more days until later this weekend before it starts to get out of here. This area low pressure that just continues to sit and spin a very slow and still pattern right now. But again, a change is on the way. We just have to wait until the weekend for that change to get here. So Futurecast moving forward, a few more showers on the way during the afternoon period. So here we go again with more rain on the way for a few areas. It may back off just a little bit later on tonight, but again, more showers continuing through Friday morning. Maybe a little bit of a break until the afternoon before more showers develop. So again, we're just holding on to the chances of rain through at least Friday and possibly continuing into Saturday before you start to catch a little bit of a break as we head towards your Sunday. Let's talk about rain totals right now. So additional accumulations between now and Sunday, possibly another inch or so of rain in some spots before we're all finished up. Kind of a sharp divide in a few spots. So again, some decent rainfall still on the way for a few areas. So the forecast for today, lower 60s, rain likely with a east wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. Moving ahead towards tonight, some showers on the way, areas of dense fog as well. Lows in the upper 40s and the wind overall looking nice and calm. For tomorrow, lower 60s, scattered showers again, and the east wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. All right, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Spalding's Bangor Radiator and Rust Check. Scattered showers and thunderstorms possible on Saturday with highs in the mid-60s, mid-70s on Sunday with a partly cloudy sky, and mostly cloudy on Monday with highs in the upper 70s.